sect of human beings in these United States of America. You see, the colonization of America had two premises, or 2 points, or 2 objectives. One was to annihilate the Native American, and 2, to humiliate the African. Humiliate the African to such lengths that the African then could not consider himself or herself as an African anymore. That anything they thought of as an independent thought would become suppressed because the fear of becoming humiliated. It is why even currently, and this is what I explain to people quite often, that the effects of slavery not only still remain, still torture our people. Our fear of being publicly humiliated force us to do things that we normally otherwise, that most people would never do. It's the reason why it's so easy to make us consumers. It's the reason why you can take a 14-year-old, a 13-year-old kid in a class environment, and he will damn near get expelled from school because he has such a fear of becoming humiliated by that teacher. He would rather get kicked out of that classroom than become the butt of the joke, or have to remit his own identity at that point. Which is why you can remove that kid from the class setting, talk to him at an alternate point, and then deal with that issue then. And then that child is a functional student. The fear of humiliation, the Black American, take notes, has been humiliated throughout the course of American history. It is why black on black crime exists. It is the reason why Black American men have such hostility and volatility against each other, because neither one will accept becoming humiliated. It is prevalent in sports. It is prevalent in education. It is prevalent in street politics. It is prevalent in every aspect of Black culture. It is the reason why a Black woman will step away from the Black man, because she feels humiliated with him publicly in the street if he can't provide for her a new identity, an empowered identity. We are fighting against our own demons, and we don't know how to shake it. Because our fear of becoming humiliated, falling flat on your face in front of the world to see, in front of your children, in front of your wife, in front of your employer, in front of the judge, in front of your grandma, in front of the cop. Humiliation is our greatest fear. It's why we dress up so much. It's why you got 8,000 pairs of sneakers. Because you didn't forget how humiliated you were when you couldn't step out when you were 8 or 9, or somebody made in front of your sneakers, or somebody said something to you. That humiliation gene is embedded in you. And everything in popular culture reminds you that you do not want to become humiliated. It's the reason why non-Africans don't care so much about the things that would humiliate them, because they're not succumb to humiliation. Humiliation to them is just another joke. Look at the sneakers. Who cares? I'm a billionaire. Who cares? I have a house. Who cares? My wife loves me. Who cares? I play rugby. We always got something to prove because we are the disproven. Because we've started halfway down the ladder. We're not racing to be greater. We're racing to be equal. Equality. The black struggle is not one to become more powerful than whites. It's to become equal. There is no barrier that we're trying to rise above the rest of society. We just want to be treated the same as the rest of society. And that seems to be a task that has not been able to be achieved, because anytime we get someone to stand on the forefront and try to help lift us up to that barrier of equality, they get assassinated. Oh, yes. So when people dare ask, where are your black leaders? Oh, they're behind closed doors because they don't want to get shot in the face. So, again, tread lightly, my brothers, but we got to start breaking the mold of the fear of humiliation and embarrassment. You can't embarrass yourself to me, because if you do something embarrassing, I will pat you on the back and tell you, it's all right, brother. Shit happens. Lesson learned. You trip and fall? Oh, shit. Who thought it was funny? I didn't think it was funny. Are you okay? You need a hand? Let me help you stand up. That's what we need to start doing. When we start seeing kids teasing each other for not having certain types of shit, check that shit. That ain't cute. Let me catch my son making in front of somebody for something they ain't got. You'll see how fast he ain't got it. But back to Bernie. So Bernie thinks reparations would further divide the country. Well, did Bernie believe that reparations to Jewish people after the Holocaust would further cause division between them and the Germans? Would it matter? And who would be offended? Who would be so angry if someone said, hey, you know what? Listen, and again, let's be specific. I don't think money is the answer. You want my opinion what reparations should be? If you can prove that anyone in your direct lineage was a slave in these great estates of the United Country of colonialism, then you should have the right to not pay for college. You should be able to go to college for free whenever you want, for any specific case, for any school, for anything. If you are a descendant of a slave, you should be able to go to college for free, because part of slavery was to remove you from education, which in turn led you on a lifetime genetical path of ignorance. You are 40 steps back from being as intelligent because you were legally not allowed to compete educationally. So I'm not asking for $1 million in a bank account. I'm not asking for gold bars. I want every single person who has been affected by slavery, whose family did not have the opportunity to choose to be smart, the opportunity to then go to college for free. And I want a tax rate that is set at a benchmark that allows us to start to regain some more economic stability, because if everyone is paying the same amount of money in taxes and there are certain people who are so far removed from the standard norm of living, those people should have the opportunity then to regain some type of economic strength, being that the people who own everything don't look like us, right? Black Americans don't own any natural resources. Who owns the water companies? Who owns Con Edison? Who owns the lumber? Who owns all of these natural resources? Obviously, it's not the Black American. So in that sense, we're still hand to foot or foot to mouth, because we don't own anything that really matters at the end of the day. So y'all think about that. You think about what I proposed as a true opportunity for Black Americans to gain some form of reparations would be to allow any Black American who can tie their lineage back to slavery in this country, they should be able to go to college for free. And they should not pay anything more than, I would say, 10%. federal tax to this crazy 28%, 33% in New York. Other places it's lower, but whatever. Y'all think about that. By the next time I get back to you, maybe y'all have some more answers. I'm going to take some phone calls on the next time. But for what it's worth, guys, my name is Alexander Kemp. This is Soul Politics. Thank you for listening. Make sure you share these shows as much as you can, because the more people who hear it, the more people who will be willing to try to change something about their regular day. And if nobody tells you they love you, let me tell you first, I love you. I care. I care what happens to you. I care how you feel. And I truly believe that if more people start caring, the more we can truly start sharing. This is Soul Politics. Thank you for being present. Peace.